Welcome back. It's a breakfast meeting with me, Victoria Sibia. Having quite a good time here because I get to talk to people who are out and about doing the most at Victoria University. As you know, Victoria University is no stranger to our screens. And but this time we thought we needed to talk to the students and talk about their life and their experience at the university in particular. We'll dive into some personal stories, I hope, as well as what are they doing at Victoria University and what makes it stand out for them in particular, whether it's finding the right course or balancing academics or even perhaps with entrepreneurship as well while they're at it, and also adapting to the life here in Uganda. Joining me in studio, I have Valentine, I have Hafsa, and I have Fatima. But I want them to introduce themselves so that they can tell us who they are, what you're studying, and why you chose that particular course, if I may. Let's start it off here. Academics with Victoria University.
Okay. Good morning, viewers. Good morning, Victoria. My name is Valentine, aka KACHAINA. I'm a super senior comedian, but I'm also an ambassador of Victoria University in Western Region. But too, I'm also a student pursuing masters in diplomas and global studies at Victoria University.
Wow. Okay. Let's talk about KACHAINA first before we get into the serious things. Where does that nickname come from?
That nickname came when I happened to, I've struggled with books, so I had stopped in P3 1990. Then when we shifted to Mubende, I defeated them. I became the first, so they lied my father that they are going to bewitch me for defeating them. Oh, so they put me out of school until 7 years. When I came back in 1997, I was entertainment prefect in primary 3. So those people who do Chinese things in primary used to come to our schools, and because I was the entertainment prefect, I used to connect them to Asemba and what. So after them going back after doing their tour, I could, the little I had learned, I could also do them in minor schools in these kindergartens. So because they were funny and interesting and wonderful, so people said, because I was very tiny and tall, they said this person is looked to be a KACHAINA. So it was from there that they called me KACHAINA.
And so you kept it all throughout.
Yeah, because it is the name that is bringing man on table.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
Yes. Valentine, aka KACHAINA. Talk to me about the life outside of the university. I mean, you're studying, but also you get to do a whole lot of other things, which I believe the university encourages when it comes to that student life. It's not just books all the way. You need to have all those experiences. What has been your experience in that regard, and what do you have to say concerning that particular strategy of the university to allow students to study, but also allow them to have a life?
Thank you so much. Now, the first thing why I was inspired, because they gave me a job. I'm working with them. I happen to be one of the people with the biggest following in our region, which I got it through doing comedy, and I'm also a TV presenter, and I mean a media person. By the way, sorry for the loss of our senior journalist Tamale Mirundi, and may he rest in eternal peace.
Absolutely.
But now, when I started working with Victoria, because I had to get, the whole information to advertise them, but I said later, hey, I should not be like these electricity poles. For them, they take light to different cities, and for them, they stay in darkness. Why should I advertise? Then people go there, study after like 3 years. They are graduating when I'm just seeing, when I've just stopped on the money I get. So I immediately joined. But the information I was getting, I found it is favoring me. Because every week, every day in the evening, I'm also on a TV show. So I could not do evening. Then in weekend, still I happen to be the MC. I do MCing in parties. But I found that the master's course I'm taking, it starts at 8 and it ends at 11 a.m. Then another one starts at immediately 11 to 2 p.m. So I organize and do the first one. Then I get my driver and my team when we are going in the party. I get my laptop and my gadgets, laptop, a power bank and my phones. I studied the second one while moving. And I studied.
While you were partying? Did you say while you were at the party?
Yeah, I go in the party to function, to MC different functions.
Okay.
So when I'm going, I go attending the second lecture. Okay. And remember, it is 2.5 or 3 hours.
Yes.
And I attend on a Saturday and Sunday. So which is favorable. At times we could hear people studying the whole day, as she said, that people were studying in A levels, they were studying a lot, but even different institutions study a lot. And I'm happy that even the Minister of Education and the President, our beloved President, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, talked about how they want to change the syllabus so that people can study at their pace. Not all time to be spent in school. So it favors me, but also what they are teaching is changing according to what we used to hear. Yeah, someone, our vice, Dr. Muganga, is telling us, the system is telling us just to study, analyze things, not these things of cramming Napoleon Bonaparte, Tennessee Valley, wheat growing in Namibia, things that we studied but they are not benefiting us. So this time we are studying now, like me, I'm doing masters in diplomacy and global studies. Why? Because when I had started emceeing and doing these influencing activities, I started with a person, I think, who started from here. It's called Mr. Humphrey Nabimanya. So he has Reach a Hand Uganda. So I was volunteering there, and I started, feeling that sympathy of helping people, of educating people about how they can end HIV. I also worked with some organization called Ubuntu Nation, and its slogan was saying humanity towards others. So I said I should take this course, that my followers who come to me to laugh can also benefit in another angle, and I try much to fight to see that we have peace in our world. So one of the things, of course, that course talks about communication and fighting and bringing peace through negotiations and different things. So that's why I did that. But the institution is favoring us a lot because of V-Class. I just go on B-Class, I put my reg number and password. I study. I can even study when we're in a shop. We have our people in Churhura who rear animals. You can have your phone, you go with it in the farm, you study. People used to fear bringing all your children to campus. They board, they have to be in hostels, then they have to look for people who are going to look after their cattle.
For food, look for transport.
Yes.
It's too much.
But now, and you have to get that data, electricity, money, water bills, and what. But now you can do all that through V-Classes.
Yes.
So those and other different things favored me and inspired me to join Victoria University. And we are doing it.
Yes, absolutely.
So that's my dream.
Yes. Valentine?
Thank you so much. Me already, I've started my dreams.
Yes, no, you have.
Because
you see, I thought you were Gen Z.
Yeah, the generation Zoomers. Now already like last year, I got an opportunity to represent Uganda. I was invited by UNAIDS on the Global Alliance to End HIV in Children by 2030. We are in Dar es Salaam. So I'm in that advocacy, but already I have started my online media house, which I'm building, which is aiming, because I found that people, when the students who do like journalism don't get in our region, in Western region, they don't get where to do internships from. That even when they get chance to be admitted at some of the media houses we have, at times they don't get a chance to go on air. So I'm building that facility purposely because I've worked in media before going back to school. I did bachelor's degree in journalism. I'm now doing master's. So I said, let me build something that people can now have where to practice. They don't stop on theories only. But I'm also having plans of constructing the schools for disabled people and also for children. But for the media one, I'm almost at 50%.
Wow.
Yeah. So with that, I think we shall be good to go to help the generation. We have got these the citizen journalists who have not acquired skills, but they have following. So we are looking at how they can now do the work professionally, how we can reduce these comedians who use vulgarity and see how we can be more creative and innovative, not just to say vulgarity, because at time when they say it, people laugh and they give them money. But we are seeing how we can use now intellectual, how we can use education, how we can be more creative and innovative, and we grow the industry, the comedy industry, without using a lot of vulgarity and use a lot of tribalism. People are creating skits that are tribalistic. So I'm fighting that through in my media school that I'm going to have, plus other things, of course, with the guide of God. You know, at times you are studying this, then they push you to this. If they ask Victoria what she thought she would be, it is a different story. So at times God guides us to do the best.
That's for sure. I thought I would be a tennis player at some point. But Victoria University is just one of those universities that's absolutely impacting the lives of many young people, such as yourselves. What would you say, for each one of you, quickly in a couple of seconds, what would you say to a student who's thinking about, that could be maybe the university I should go to or not? And even parents were thinking, should they bring their children over to the university?
Thank you. And now to me, it is only and only Victoria University that after studying from there, you will still have qualification that the bosses usually ask. Because when you can study 3 years, but when you are working 3 years, so by the time you finish, they ask where is your experience as in your field, please, you will be having it, because you study for less time and do other stuffs. In a day, you can study for 2 hours, then the remaining like 10, 12 hours, you can use them to do something that will be now practical. So please, if you want to have that experience, come to Victoria, study as you're working. But two, you come to Victoria University if you want to study, analyze, get money, and help people. But if you want to study and have just papers, please join other universities. But if you want to achieve from what you're studying, please come and join us at VU.
Absolutely. Yeah. I couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you for joining us today on the breakfast meeting, and thank you for joining us today as well. For me, Victoria Sabia, it's been an absolute pleasure to be with you this morning. We traveled all the way from cybersecurity to talking about snacks, and now we've spoken about education and being a student at the Victoria University. I hope that this has been quite insightful for you, because it has been for me. But for me, may the Lord bless you, keep you, make his face shine upon you, be gracious to you. Goodbye and God bless.